Alright, here we go, here we go. We are here at Blaze One Radio Studios, if you will, the infamous Blaze One Radio, and sitting here with Mr. Blaze One himself, our father, my brother DJ E. Mills, and I. We just had a couple of questions for you. We had a conversation the other day, and we felt like there were some things that we wanted to ask you that we, at this stage in our lives, haven't really had the opportunity to really get an answer from you about. Nothing crazy, but we definitely wanted to dig deeper into, our family and what makes us us and how we got to where we're at today.
No worries.
And so, I guess I'll lead off, and in terms of asking you, what do you know about your family story as far as your ancestors dating back to even past your grandparents?
Oh, wow. Well, I think I'm learning a lot now. Family reunions, just reconnecting with my brothers, that I didn't grow up with. Y'all guys know I grew up, as an only child, as you thought you were going to be, and you wish you could be. But, it's a good thing, actually. Like I say, I'm still learning right now. Talking to Jason, my brothers, the family reunions on my dad's side. Those have been pretty good as I learn, who is who. Trying to just remember faces and be reintroduced to them. But it's not a lot that I know. But I am glad that I'm actually involved in this and learning more, because I do believe family is important. And for a long time, I always thought I was by myself. I thought it was just me, and it wasn't just me. They were so close. That's why I look at you guys and I feel it's so important, and that you guys have each other. You have a brother. You have a brother that's in the house with a father. The stuff that you guys have. So hopefully, I can actually start to bring you guys around the family reunions, and you start to meet your cousins, learn a little bit more about, Grandma Pauline, which, was my dad's mother. My mom's, my mom's grandmom, my mom's mother. I have clips of stuff that I remember, not a lot. Dad, my mom's dad, I have like images, but like as a small child, like for you guys, I'm pretty sure right now you guys remember clips. You, like Eric was saying, you remember clips of Albany. You don't remember a lot of that. Man, you probably remember, little pieces of that. So that's what, I have, so hopefully, I actually get a chance to, do a lot more of it and get in depth and start to be more involved with the family process. Because again, I fall short on actually being able to actually bring that to you, because I don't know it myself. Interesting, right? Yeah, it's interesting. It goes deep. But I promise you, that's why I always tell you guys now, this is where all of that stops, here. And that's why I make sure you guys, get, whatever I have to give you. Because I'm on it like that. Because, again, this is the beginning of the dynasty. We are this is the ground level. What I teach you guys, hopefully you guys will pass on to your children, and yeah, and you can pass on the information about GM and Nana and Papa Billy, and all of that type of stuff. And, hopefully I'm around a little longer too, so I can be in my hundreds and still be functioning. Yeah.
Do you feel like starting a family at a young age had any type of correlation with you not really having a family growing up, just with it just being you and your mom? Because I feel like people my age, they have a tendency to start families pretty young now, especially my peers and stuff, and I'm wondering if there's a direct correlation between the home environment that they grew up in compared to what they want their kids to grow up in.
Somewhat. I think probably as a young age, having, starting a family at a younger age, was just, you know, a product of the environment, so to speak. You know, my mom was my dad, you know, a latchkey kid type of thing. You know, she'd wake up, Mom, let me borrow the key. You only ask when you're sleeping, you know, because you know she's tired and stuff like that. Whereas, you know, I guess probably the examples of a family that I had, you know, I didn't really have, like I said, I didn't really have a dad. I had uncles and stuff that were very powerful in my life and stuff like that. But, you know, as I think just things just happen, you know, just life happens. You know, you don't plan it. That, you know, hey, at that age, I was like 19, 20, something like that, you know, it's like, it didn't plan, it happened. But I knew when it happened that the direction that I was going to take my family in was not going to be the one that I grew up. And I say that not to say that how I grew up was bad at all. I had an excellent life, at least I feel. Excellent life. Let me tell you something. I pretty much could probably show you a couple of people that would really wish they had that, minus the dad. But, you know, it happened, but I knew what wasn't going to happen, you know, and it's funny you mention that because I remember when my dad finally reached out to me in my 30s before we left for Albany. Hadn't talked to him. I'd gone through my experiences of, you know, I hate this guy, why didn't he want to be with me, why I'm not cool enough, whatever, and you go through it. And as I got older and had you guys, and I, you know, went through my family experiences, my man experiences as well. And, you know, going through relationships, you know, having a child and all of that. I said, you know, one of the first things I told him, and I really forgave him initially, but the first thing I said on the phone was, I said, you know what? You told me what not to do. That's the thing I remember from my dad and from that. He told me what not to do. And not in a negative way, but because he wasn't around and the circumstances and stuff like that, I knew that's not what I was going to do. I promise y'all that.